Alright, say you got a Generac 5000 Power Plus generator and you had it for 15 years, everything was going good on it, then all of a sudden you went to go start it and you got no power. Starts up and runs, but anything you plug in, zip. And you turn around and you tested the leads, like I did, tested it up in here, we unplugged the plug and you got nothing. You tried, testing it here, you got nothing. And so what do? Well, let me show you. Once you take the 4 screws out, pull the plate off, okay, and you set your screws aside. I look to see, there's supposed to be some sort of piece up in here. I guess it's a, what the heck do they call those? A regulator. And this one didn't have it. It just has the brush system. So I figured, alright, well, I'll take the brushes off and check them and see how they are. And I pulled the brushes off, which I already had this pretty much off. And what I found was the brushes were good, but I still had no power coming out of it. Come on there. Well, the brushes did come out. What do we got here? Can you believe it? They got stuck in there. There we go. Alright, brushes are still good. They're springy and they're making good contact. But the back of it looks burnt. And what it's called is a rectifier. It's on the back of the brush set. You can look it up on eBay for this model. It's supposed to look like this. Actually, like that. With this little blue tab right there, burnt up. And what happens is, well, it's about 15 years old. And I have overloaded it numerous times because I figured if it's running, I'm going to run it and use it for what it's worth. And I had my garage running, all the lights in the house running, washer, dryer, electric hot water heater, everything all on the 220. And had it light up the panel and light up the house. Now, it took its toll on it. It's 24 bucks. You can buy one of these pieces on eBay. It's a 91825GS brush rectifier. And you swap that out and put it in. The one thing I noticed is where these 2 wires go in, one wire goes like on top, one below as it enters in, even though they had this all twisted around and you'd think it should be like that, but it's not. The one on top goes to the tab on top in the back. The one on bottom goes to the tab on the bottom. And we're going to swap this out and see how this works. Okay, I swapped it out with the new one. Everything's ready to roll. Got the nice new one. And it just goes in where you just take it, bring it in, and just kind of like push it in because it's spring loaded. Spring loaded. Come on, baby. Oh, spring load me. There we go. Spring loaded. She's in. Take the 2 long bolts that you got, or whatever, stick them suckers in, and spin them in. Yeah, let's get it in there. Oh, looks like I gotta give it a little more pushy poo. There we go. Crank them in. 6 bolts in total, taking it out and putting it in. The 2 longer bolts are the ones that hold the brush kit, and the 4 shorter bolts hold the plate on in the back. Wonder if this bearing needs cleaning after 15 years. I don't know. I'll have to take a look at it when it runs and we'll see. Make sure it's positioned. I also put a little dab of Never Seas on the bolts. Don't crank them too tight because you're cranking it on plastic. Okay. Choke is on, machine is turned on. How to give it a zap. That was something that I learned on YouTube. Where you put a drill in, pull the trigger, and reverse it. Like you're pulling it, shooting it forward, but spin it and reverse it. Sends a charge back into the unit. I tried it last time and it didn't work. But now with the new rectifier and brush kit, it turned it right on and worked instantly.